Good morning, everyone. So if you can hear me this morning. So my name is Venerable Kongyan, and today is our second day of our 2 days retreat, the Brahma Vihara retreat. So for those who just arrived this morning, welcome. So we continue to have our Sunday talks on these dependent CoArising and social engagement. So for the past 2 Sundays, we have teachers introducing the concepts of dependence CoArising and how we can apply these concepts or theories into our life, into our society. And today I'm going to go in and to talk more on this topic as well. So to briefly go through again about this dependent CoArising, it is actually the law of nature, because the law of nature is that everything has its cause and effects, everything is not isolated, they are not stand by itself. Everything from arise changes because there is the causes, there are the conditions that support it, that make it change. So if we pay close attention to our life since we were born, how we form our life, it takes so many conditions to support us. The parents and the food, air, water, and many teachers, friends who support us, and also from the environments, from our communities. All these are the countless conditions that support us until today. Even though you think that, you might feel proud because of certain achievement, you might sometimes feel defeated because not something failed to achieve. Actually all this doesn't come by one person. There are causes and conditions, and everybody's actions will also give up to another consequences. So causes and conditions, consequences, cause and effects, all these terms just try to explain how the law of nature works. So if we really deeply look into it, there is nothing is isolated alone by itself. Everything is interconnected. Everything is interdependent. So another terms to describe it, try to make people understand it, is the interconnectedness, independence, and so on. And that's why we also say that it is a selflessness. Self in here, it means what? There are actually 3 meanings about self here. It means no freedom. If you think that I have my own freedom, I want to live a free life, but if you really think about it, no matter how much you try to fight, try to live a free life, are you really free? Maybe nobody control you, but even yourself cannot be free from the stresses from the body, the physical body, and sometimes from the mind. You might think, I want to have a worry-free mind, but even you meditate, you can tell that even the mind is keep running away, jumping around to the past, to the present. You see, nobody control you. You just sit there still and you cannot control the mind. So there is no total freedom. The second, you want to be control. You want to control everything, right? Everybody want to control something. Want things happen as I wish, and I don't want to be controlled by other people. If someone order me to do something, if you feel like you are being controlled, then you feel stressful, tensions, and anxiety arise, and you want to run away from being controlled. That means nothing can be under your control. So if you try to control someone, or someone being controlled by you, then the only result is anxieties, stresses, and pains arise. So this is against the law of this nature. And the third meaning of this self is independence. You can stand alone. You don't need any condition to support you. you always stay the same, permanent, perfect condition without changes. Is it possible? No. Yeah, it's no. We can see that no matter, even though you want to block yourself out from the society, you stay in your room alone, you think that, oh, I'm isolated, you see, I can be on my own, but actually no. At some points you have to go out, you need food, you need water, and all these are the supply, are the conditions from outside. So how can we be alone? So that means from these three aspects, we can say that this is selflessness. The truth is selflessness. If you try to against it, stresses arrive, and the pains arise too. And if you look at it at the time scale, everything is keep changing. That's why we say it's impermanent. So impermanence is not a negative term. It's not a negative concept. It's a very neutral. And in fact, if we really understand the deep meaning of this, impermanence it has this very positive meaning. Because things keep changing. That's why we have hope. That's why we can change to a better person. That's why we can improve our life. If everything is permanent, then that is hopeless because nothing can be changed. That's why when we hear this impermanence, we should look at it in a very positive way. They always have a chance to change, to be a better one. It's up to us whether we want to look at it with a good intention, with a positive mind, or you want to choose to look at it at a negative side. It's really up to us whether we want to change our mind or not. So another way, that means if we start with a good intention, good action, at some point the good consequences, the results sure will arise. So this is also the meaning of law of karma. We are the owner of our own life, and we are responsible for our own actions, the speech, and behavior. If it starts with a good one, a positive one, a wholesome one, sure the wholesome consequences will arise. So the more, the deeper we can look into our life and the world in this way, we will feel gratitude and humble to this world, to our life, to everybody and everything in our society that support us, because we are not alone. We are supported by so many conditions. So many people have support us to bring us up to today. Even though we sit here, there are so many conditions have to come together in order to make us able to come and attend this retreat. So the more we appreciate our life and society in this way, all we want is give back, to thank all these conditions, all these peoples. Okay, it's nothing. We never have enough to give them back. So out of this right understanding and the true appreciation deep from our heart, the true giving back is without condition too, without asking back for anything. It's unconditional. So how we can, but most of the time people are unable to see this. I tell you a story here. So one day, the nose complained. He said that I have been working so hard. If I stop breathing, your people cannot live. I'm so important, but why the eyes stand above me? I should be higher than the eyes and not below it. Then the mouth said, hey, you think you are so important? I'm important too. If I stop eating one day, then you cannot live, you cannot survive too. And my position is lower than you. So if you compare to me, who is in a worse condition? So the organs started to debate and argue, and the ear said, hey, I'm even worse than your people. I'm being pushed to the back. I'm not even in the front. So all these organs in the body keep arguing. And then everybody tried to prove that they are more important than the rest, okay? And And finally, there's a sound, a voice coming down from the bottom, saying that, hey, your people, listen. What if I stop working? If I stop poo-poo, what happens? And everybody shut. The point here is trying to say, our life, the whole community, the whole world is just like a life, a deeply connected life community. Everybody cannot be separated from each other. So the story just now is the same. We are like a body, all intact together. If you think that I don't know this person, he has no connection with me, I don't care. So it's just like, oh, the toe is being cut. But the eyes see that, no, that is his business, it's not my business, let it breathing, so it's not my business. You see, many people in our society have this kind of concept. It's either they think that I just want to focus on my job, I want to get my business, I don't want to care about the rest. Don't tell me the rest, I'm not interested in those, I just want to work on my own. This is one very common response that we can see in our society. Another is, I've been working so hard and nobody appreciates me. Nobody sees that how much hard work I have done and nobody appreciates me. And I'm so tired, I'm so fat, I want to stop it. So they try to prove I'm so important and I have worked so much more than the rest. And I deserve something, but nobody appreciates me. So this is another common attitude. But the truth is, if we really able to see that, to see the connections and each individual have their own uniqueness. Everybody has your own strengths and also the weaknesses that need to improve. If really able to appreciate everybody, then you can see that as long as the beings in the right position, they were able to develop their strength, to contribute their strength to the community. That is how we make the community beautiful. That is how we make the community to be a strong, a connected one. Okay, that is the meaning of to live up to this, the law of the interconnectedness or the dependent CoArising. And never think that because you are better in a certain aspect, and I'm so proud about myself because I'm better than the rest. It's nothing to be so proud about because we have other weaknesses too. But at the same time, don't to be feel so low esteem or inferior because I'm not as good as the others in certain aspect. Because you have your own strength, you need to look for it and you need to how to contribute to develop it and to make use of it. So it's okay to not to be so perfect and to be better in certain way. So look at the things just equanimous, just like what we have learned from the teachers since yesterday. We have been talking about all this. Yeah, the equanimous mind, how to see things with wisdom, but at the same time maintain this kind and loving kindness towards the others. It has to derive from a wisdom to see with this kind of wisdom. And here I want to share another story. Okay, so back in 19th century, in the country when the races is a very sensitive issue. The black slave cannot join the white community, right? So one day, a young mom and her little daughter took a cab, want to go somewhere else. And once they get onto the car, then they found out that the driver was a black man. And the little girl cannot hold the doubt, the curiosity. So the little girl asked the mom, "Hey mom, why are there black people in this world?" And the driver was so tense after hearing these questions. He was tense up. And then the mom was very gentle and very kind with very wise way. She pointed outside and said, "Do you see the garden out there? There's so many flowers out there. It's so colorful. Is it beautiful? Yes. Yeah, so it takes many different colors of flowers, plants to make a beautiful garden. If the gardens only grow with one type of flowers, it will be that beautiful. If it's just one color and one type, it's so monotonous, right? It's so dull. After listening to this story, the girl is happy and the driver is relieved too. So if we're able to appreciate, even now, okay, if we're really able to appreciate the differences in personalities, in difference, everything said differences, even though some differences we can, if we feel like it's difficult to us to accept, but as a whole in the community, it has its own unique beauty too, if we try to look at it differently. That's why our world or the community is a huge live community. We need different kinds of conditions to make it a lively one, to make it a beautiful one. And here I would like to introduce a character, a Chinese character. So Ren has two meanings. The original meanings, it means the kernel of the fruit, like the nuts, okay? The second meaning is kindness or benevolence or humanity. So how can these two connect to each other? First, let us look at the nut first. Nut is a seed, okay? It's a seed. So for a seed, it takes, for example, the almond seeds, it takes two cotyledons together intact. Then it have a seed that can grow into new life. If it has enough water, soil, nutrition, and humidity, temperature right, then it will germinate and form a new life. But if the seed is broken, apart, then we say this is a dead seed. It's lifeless, it cannot germinate, it cannot form a new life. So it takes everything together, perfectly intact, to form a new life. This is how the characters come. The two strokes representing the two cotyledons inside the nuts. And then when the conditions come all together, it started to split, to form the new leaf. This is the pictorial meaning of this character, right? And it developed into kindness, the meaning. It really means that the harmony, the life is really derived from this true mutual harmonies that stay together. When we apply this concept to our society, let's say the smallest unit in our society is the family. A family made up of husband and wife and children. Only if every member in the family treat themselves well, love each other, respect each other, understand each other, then we call that family life is a harmonious, lovely, harmonious family life. Okay? So how to be really love and to respect? It's not like I really love you, so please follow I do this is for you, so you have to listen to me. The parents always say this to the children. If you live up to my advice, you will be a good one. You have a good life. We always ask in the family, always someone asks someone to live up to their own expectations. But the true love should come from the understanding. Maybe we can change our standpoint. We can try to look at things like this. Next time when you go back home, try to ask your loved one. Try to understand, listen to them. What do they need? What do they like? And what is their interest? Try to understand them instead of keep telling them what you want them to do. The mutual understanding is come from this way. Try to understand the others and try to help the others meet their need and live up to their own potentials, develop their own strength, make them to be a better person. That is the way to develop the harmony inside a family. And so if everybody in a family able to live this way, we call this family is a harmonious family. And if every family in a community respect to each other, love any other families in this way, then we say that this is a harmonious community. But if one of the family in the neighborhood did not treat other families with respect, with love, then we say that this family is only kind to its own family members, but not to other families. It's the same too. If every communities, everybody, every people in the country treat everybody, every being with the same kindness and respect, then we say this country is a country full of kindness, harmonious country to live with. But if everybody in the countries only treat their own nations, peoples kind, but unkind to other people from other countries, then we say that this country is not kind enough to other people from other countries. So this concept, the loving kindness in Buddhism, can apply to internationally, to every beings, regardless their nations, regardless gender, regardless age. We should treat everybody the same. That's why the non-violence concept in Buddhism can be accepted so easily into the Chinese culture at the very beginning, because it matched the kindness, the Ren culture in the Chinese. That's why it can be adopted so easily at the beginning. So from here we know that, okay, we see and now we understand we need to be kind and we need to care for others, we need to reach out to the others. But how can we do that? And what kind of tools, how can we prepare ourselves to be involved into the society or the so-called the social engagements? What are the differences between the ordinary way of doing the social charity, welfare, and the Buddhist way of engagements? First, the main difference is the concepts, the insights, and the way that we apply, the skillful way that we apply here. So we do all this, we want to reach out is because, as just now I said, we feel gratitude to all the conditions, all the people who support us. Okay, that's why we want to help them back in return without asking back any payback, without any expectation. And once we do it, no regret, with sincerity, with a very honest, straightforward mind, kindness. But here, the skillful way is very important too. There's another story. So this is from an old master. When the old master was a very young master, back then 60, 70 years ago, the society there was very poor yet, and the temple have not set up any system, to how to help the society, have this fund, welfare fund to support. So this young master, he met a very poor family, very unfortunate family. So at that time, all he can think of is to take out some of his pocket money and offer the family every month, once a month. And he has been doing this for 4 years in a row, okay? And every month he visits the family, make sure the children go to school, everything is okay, no problem, and have enough money, enough expenses to spend. But after 4 years, one day he overheard a conversation. The wife talked to the neighbor. He said, "Oh, no worry, we are fine. That monk is our ATM machine." And the monk master was surprised, was very shocked. And this kept him rethink again, reflect again. He do this with a good heart, but it doesn't seem with a good results. So here, and he stopped, and he stopped giving them the money. And you know what? The response from the family scolded the monks with very harsh words, very, very bad. So the lessons learned from the master here is that you want to help someone, offer food, clothing, the material things are just temporary. Those are temporary. The permanent way to help someone is to help them, to train them with knowledge, with wisdom, with some skill that they can support themselves eventually, that they can have their own independent life. Not only that, they're even able to share their skills, their knowledge to help more other people. That is the true offer of offering. That's why to have the right understanding, the right wisdom and knowledge in order to keep your life going to be a better one, that is more important, more fundamental than just offering the material things. And the second tools that we need to have is faith, determinations, and the great vows. We should have a very fast seeing, the vision keep in our mind that keep us moving on. But it's not easy, especially when we talk about we want to help others people, help others beings. Once we talk about society, how we engage ourselves, definitely we need to get in touch with people. We cannot run away from human beings, okay? When they are humans, sure they will have conflicts, challenges coming out. So facing all these difficulties, never give up. That's why we need to have a strong faith, strong determinations. And another story to tell you, this is about a Japanese monk. So have you heard about a Japanese monk? His name is Iron Eye Master, 铁眼和尚. So this story is about 300 years ago. Back then, the lots of sutras has been get into Japan, but no one have compiled all this together. And most of the monks, they practice individually. They don't really have a sangha group proper yet. So Kongyan, the Iron Monk Master, he made this great vow. He said that for the well-beings of many generations, not just these generations, he vowed to compile all these Buddhist scriptures together for the benefits of all the monastics and all the lay people. But he has no money, or poor. So what he did is he goes to ask for fundraising, walk around throughout the whole country of Japan. So people criticize him. At first, he cannot have the understanding, support from his own family even, because the parents couldn't understand him, against him, did not want him to ordain, so lots of objections against him. And even the society, when Buddhism was not that well known yet, people don't know what he is doing, and some even laugh at him. Hey, how much money you need to do such a big project, and how many you can collect every day? How long you want to wait in order to have enough money? But regardless of all these criticism, slander, he just keep doing this. He always repeat the same thing. Please, this Tipitaka is going to be very important for all of us, for all the well-beings. Please, this is how he asked for fundraising. So after a few years, finally he has enough money, But about the time to start the project, it happened at a great flood in Japan. It caused a great devastations to the people, and the monk was so compassionate. He started to help. Whatever the temple have, rice, food, dry food, try to give out to help the villagers, but not enough. Really not enough. So he decided to took out all the fundraised money and to use up to help all these refugees. And money gone. And so he went out for the second fundraising again. And some people said that, you see, how can we trust you? We donate the money for you because we support this Tipitaka for your job, and then you use it for something else. But he never gave up. He never gave up his will. And then again and again and again, finally he got enough money again. Okay, for the second time, sure, no problem, he can start again. Unfortunately, there was an outbreak of cholera. So many people died. And the monk again, so compassionate, he cannot see the sufferings of all these people. He used up the money to help these people again. So money gone again for the second time. But this time, people started to have faith, to really able to see the pure conduct, the good intention in him. So more and more money come in, and finally they're able to start. Back then they don't have paper like nowadays. They don't have computers. What they can do is to compile the scriptures into strap onto the wood. And in order to make sure the Tipitaka preserved well for long periods, for long generations, they have to use an expensive good wood, the cherry woods from Japan. So lots of work, lots of materials, good materials, and also manpower. And finally, it takes more than 20 years to finish the Tipitaka that you can see. So it's a very thick, heavy one. It's so clumsy, Nowadays we can read the Tipitaka online, or you don't even need such a heavy things. But this becomes a very priceless treasure in the temple, in the country. That's why his story became a well-known story in Japan. They said that there are 3 versions, and this Tipitaka, it was named as Kongyan Sanzang. It means the Iron Eye Tipitaka. So they said that there are 3 versions of Kongyan Sanzang. The first 2 versions are visible, but is equally important. That means of the money for the first 2 fundraising. So from here, there are many more. This kind of story showing the strong determinations, the fearless of the great men, how they can devote themselves to really work on one goal without being shaken by all the difficulties. They will think of any ways to overcome all kinds of difficulties. So when we come to talking about thinking for the welfare of the others, how we can get involved in the society, we should have this kind of strong determinations and faith being built up. And I have more stories to share, but I will skip them. But the third one is, I come to the third, very important one, is the great compassion. We have been talking about compassion, loving kindness, since yesterday. So I'm not going to into details of all this, but the summary of this is, always remember the true great compassion to others is without expectations, without asking back, without asking for attention, without asking for recognition. And once we start it with a good intention, no regrets. Okay? These are the 3 tools, very important one, that we need to prepare ourselves to start before we walk in, before we start the projects. Okay? So whoever have these 3 values in him and able to put into actions, we call these people the great men. Great men, another terms for great men is bodhisattva in Buddhism. So what kind of spirits can a bodhisattva or a great man show? He always willing to sacrifice himself, his time, his energy, even his life for the others beings' benefits. Well, it sounds like, oh, I have to sacrifice something, it's like I have to losing something. But for the people who really just in his mind just think about the others, he never think that, oh, I have sacrificed a lot. No, it's not from I. Even though how much he has sacrificed in other people's eyes, he would just think, I never done enough. What I've done is just so little. You don't even see that I sacrifice myself, no. You just think that even I put all my life out, it's just a little bit of offering. My life is nothing compared to all the beings. So this kind of spirit. And the second is self-dependence. Oh, this sounds a bit contradictory, right? We said everybody is interconnectedness. Everybody is interdependent. The self-dependence here, the meaning is because we know that everything has its own causes and conditions. Good results, good achievement, great achievement definitely come from hardship, diligence, and good hearts. Also, all these should be come from the self inside. This is what it means, self-dependence. The causes, the primary causes should be from inside ourselves. That is the self-dependence. Everybody's are the conditions to support these individuals. I can be your conditions, but you are your own causes. And I'm my own causes. Your people are the conditions. Can you see the changes, the connectedness between the causes and conditions here? And also, and because of this concept, we will not rely on a mysterious power outside. If I pray to certain spirit, to a God, then I don't have to work hard because the God will help me. No. Even the Buddha said that I'm just a teacher. I'm like a tour guide. I show you the way. It's up to you whether you want to walk the way. If you don't walk the way, it's useless even though you stand next to the Buddha. So the Buddha, even the Buddha cannot help you if you don't want to walk the way. The Buddha also said that I'm just like a doctor. I prescribe the medicine to you. If you refuse to take the medicine and you refuse to follow the prescription, he cannot cure your illness. He cannot cure your problems. We have to take the action ourselves. This is the meaning self-dependence here. So when we go out to help, have to remember that we can be the strongest condition supporters to the others, but it's up to them whether they want to accept it, they want to do it. So if we have done our best, then no regret, no guilty, because we have done our best. Don't feel that, oh, I'm so bad, why he don't listen to me? No, this kind of blaming, no. If we keep these, understand this, then let the minds always stay in balance and calm. Don't be shaken too much by all the chaos outside. And the next is, the spirit that we can see is, no matter how difficult it is, we always willing to carry the heavy responsibilities for a long time. Long time here doesn't mean just this lifetime, because we believe that life doesn't just start in this life. And life doesn't just end in this lifetime. So everything, the consequences doesn't just end in this lifetime. The effect will carry on to many other future lifetimes in the future. If we're able to see that if there are endless to go in the future, then we will not just think what I can achieve in this lifetime. How much money you want to earn in this lifetime? That's it? All your hard work just for this lifetime? No, there's still a long way to go. This is the meaning, okay? So these are the principles. To have these three main spirits, the three tools, is like the compulsory subjects that everybody have to learn, no matter who you are, what you want to do. And the elective subjects are all kinds of social activities that you can think of. These are the elective ones. It depends on your own capacity, your own interest, the environments that you are in, the needs of your communities. Then you can choose whatever you can involve. That's why we have people, that after learning and practicing, they vow to be a writer, to write about the truth, to write about the true story, the inspiring people, We also have people, a photographer, inspired and decided to take the photos. They're able to show the truth, the beauty of the life. We also I have friends who vow to become a researcher in Alzheimer's because of her grandparents is Alzheimer's patients, and because of that. And we also have architects, because so touched, he learned so much from Buddhism, and he decided to help the Buddhist temples for the buildings projects. And we also have people donate money because they earn money, businessmen earn a lot, but they don't have time to directly involve into the social welfare. So what he did is donate money, build school, build library, hospitals, donates to all the people who need. We also have, there's a group of chefs in Taiwan. They volunteer themselves to cook for the temple. They travel around the islands and keep offering. This is how they make their offer. So it really depends. When we talk about the social engagements, once we grasp the principle, the spirit, then it's up to you what aspects that you want to involve in order to benefit the society. This is the elective subjects. But once we get involved, have to keep two in mind. Whatever you do, be the model in your field. Even though you just be a janitor, cleaning the floor, be the best janitor. Do it with wholeheartedly, do it the best. Then people can see it. If you are like cooking, then be the best chef. Cook with loving kindness. Cook and think for the others. So, doesn't mean that you have to be the great leader, doing the great things. We can start from the little things around in our community. Whatever we do, think that I'm part of the community. I'm not just wanted to be the leader. Sometimes you have the ability to be the leader, but it's okay if you not have to be the leader all the time, but be the best. Always be the model. Whatever you do, do your best. Even you wash dishes, be the best dishwasher. That is the meaning. And also, whatever we do it quietly and diligently. So we do it not because we want to gain recognitions, to be popular, to be stand out from the others, but we just see that we want to do something, return, pay back to the community. We are just a little small part of it. So we just do it quietly, right, but diligently and non-stop. So these are the two guidelines that I want to share with you. And I hope that if you agree with this principle and you think that this is useful for you, we can go back. Everybody have your own uniqueness. You have your own strength. Go back and do something. Do your best and bring it out. Be the model in your family, in your workplace, in your neighborhood. Okay? Thank you, everyone. That's my talk.